Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the
Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Shattered Glass Commander Class Jetfire. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to unbox him live in a second, have a look at everything that comes inside the packaging. We're going to do some comparisons with him and his original figure based self, and we're going to do some comparisons with him and some other figures in the Shattered Glass toy line. So as you can see, and as of course you're aware, he is a redeco of the Seige Commander Class Jetfire, so he is a ginormous figure. So I'm going to do my best to keep as much of this in focus and in shot as I can. So before we start, we've got to have a look at this box, and it's brilliant. And to be fair, it looks like they're taking this same idea with the packaging into the new Legacy toy line as well. So we've got some brilliant artwork there, of course, of his head, and then of course there's the rest of him on the side. Brilliant. It's reflecting, but it's not too bad. Same as with the Seige mold. Again, it's all the same, it's just redecoed. You can see it's going to take 36 steps to transform him. We've got all the accessories, but again, all under a completely different color scheme, and it's looking really good. If I want to be dead honest straight away, my first impressions is it looks much darker in person than I expected it to be. So let's see if we can get him out without causing too much damage to this box. So I'm just going to go in from the bottom. I think if we go in from the bottom of the box, opening it up, we only need to undo one piece of tape, and let's slide this out. So this still has, by the looks of it, yeah, the plastic ties on it, and obviously at the moment Hasbro are looking to basically, I suppose, get rid of as much of this plastic packaging as they possibly can. Right, we can see there now that he's actually a little bit lighter once he's out of the box, but he looks brilliant. And again, because he's teetering on the edge of that step there, what I'm going to do is quickly set him free from there and come right back to you. Right then, so here he is, completely fresh out of the packaging. I've done absolutely nothing to him, just completely set him free. And as you can see, he looks amazing. We're going to have a bit of a detailed look at him in a second. But first and foremost, let's look at his accessories. So of course, we've got the huge chest plate there. Loving the green in the middle of that. Looks brilliant. We've got the blast effects. And as you may remember or may not know, these split into 3 completely separate effects. So you've got 6 in total. We've then got the huge gun, which again splits into 2. This more recently has been seen with the J Balvintron mode. And then we've got, well, the 2 things on the forearm are already attached, but again, that's how it came out of the package. And then you've got, again, twin guns, which you can separate, again, joined up there. Let's have a quick look at the figure then, because as I said, I've just took him out of the box, and look at that head sculpt. It's beautiful. Look at the translucent green plastic there. The red detail in the eyes looks fantastic. Yes, you can still flip the switch around on his chest, of course, with the reversed colours, which just looks phenomenal. Articulation wise, I'm not going to go into too much detail. It's exactly the same as a Seige figure, and with it being a new figure, you've pretty much got all the articulation you want. The head will spin all the way around, it'll go up and down. Shoulders, you can hear them on ratchets, same as in the biceps, same as in the wrist. Hips swinging forwards, backwards, side to side. Knees, ankles, is there ankles? Just about. It's more of a foot tilt than an ankle, but again, everything you'd expect. So let's look at that lovely translucent green plastic through there. There's even detail through it. I think they've made a lot of effort on these figures, to be fair, and it's really good. I know it's a redeco. I know that some people don't like redecos, and I know that some people aren't even particularly interested into the Shattered Glass toy line, but it's something that I've always thought was just really clever, and what a great figure. He looks absolutely stunning. We are going to look at him in a bit more detail in a second, but what I want to do first and foremost is change him into his alternate mode, attach some of his accessories, see how he displays, as I say, in that particular mode, have a real good look at him before coming back to put him in robot mode, and again then we'll look at how the accessories and all his play features do work. So let's have a look at the jet mode first. Okay, so here he is in his, to be honest, stunning alternate mode. It's massive. Quick apologies for no transformation on camera. That will be in a separate video. It's quite long-winded and I want to keep the length of the video down. Before we have a detailed look at this guy, let's do a size comparison because he's huge. So I've got a Siege Seeker here. Yes, he is custom painted. This was done by my friend Input and I'll be doing a review on him soon, but there's nose to nose. 1, 2, oh, it's about 2.5 times the length of a standard Siege Seeker, so it is huge. Right, let's have a bit of a look at it then. So the green translucent plastic is fantastic. You've got it in the cockpit there, you've got it at the back. You've got the lovely, as I say, silver bit coming through it. If I will say something, in hand, it does look much, much darker in person than it does in any of the other photos that I've seen of it. Now, there's so many gimmicks that you can do with this. There's loads of brilliant things we can do, and I'm going to show you, and I'm going to power him up as well. Underneath, now I've slightly raised the front landing gear because it's just a bit tricky to get, to be fair, but look at this. It's got rolling wheels. The ones at the back are a little bit easier to get, but we can pop them out. As you can see, just about. I've got no nails at all, but there's some landing gear in it. And again, they do actually roll. Let's just shift this for a second now then. And I think this is a brilliant gimmick. So if you watch this here, you can fold this handle here. You can pull it out and then you can slide this forward. You can do the same on the other side. So there's 2 there. And then there's also 2 at the front. And what these are is, let's just get some figures. So let's go with Shattered Glass, Gold Bug, and let's go with Bug Bite. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick these up, I'm going to turn their arms, and I'm going to turn their wrists this way, and yep, you've got it. These are going to be able to now hold on to these as they're flying in, so I can attach that there. So, you know, if he wants to, he can drop off. Let me see, is that going to go in? Let's just do the front 2 rather than the last 2. So there's the front bits. So again, if you wanted to fly these particular characters in, what a great little gimmick that is. They've got 2 places to hold on there, and there's a place there to hold on as well. So if we really, really wanted to, we could attach Shattered Glass Optimus to the back as well. And there you go. They will all hang from underneath. So not that I can see, in honesty, many kids actually playing with this, but I would imagine, I mean, look at, imagine the display that you can do with that, eh? So yeah, these are just fold out as well. Goldbug does not want to let go of this. I'm just going to fold that back. You can fold it back or forward. I'm going to tip it upside down, just again trying to reach around the camera to set this guy free. There he is. Let's fold that down. And you can see, can you just about make them out? Yeah, there they are at the back. So we can then fold this down, and then this will actually push right in. I'm going to push it right in because I'm not going to pull it back out, and there you go. Right, more great gimmicks or more things that you can do with this. So if we fold down the front nose cone like so, open up the cockpit, we've got like a faux computer here, shall we say, and this again does detach, so you can just take this piece out, pop that there. Now we're going to grab ourselves some Titan Masters. Remember them little things? Let's go with this guy. I've got Thunderwing here, little Titan Master. So let's sit him down in the cockpit like so. And there you go. He sits into position, so you can even have a pilot. Now you can also as well, now this will actually involve slightly detaching the back, but it's not too detrimental. I'm just going to slightly just take out these boosters. These boosters will come in part because what you've got is a leg part and the top part. So that's just come out, and what this is going to enable us to do as well is, this normally comes out so easy, I'm going to fold this backpack back and that'll push it out. I bet you watch. Nice and careful. There you go, nice and careful. So what I can do now, can we still all see this? Yeah, we can. I can fold this bit up, and again there's 2 sorts of seats at the back there, so I've got another 2, just random 2. So I've got Rodimus Prime, I'm going to sit him in there, and then I've got the one, I've totally forgotten his name, I think it's Solus, it's the one that came with Repugnus, so I can just sit him there as well. So you can see you've got 2 guys, and again you can close all this up like so, and they are in there. They're in there now. You can see that they're being piloted around, etc. And then I'm just going to clip these back together, because I think that's pretty much all of the gimmicks to show you whilst it's like this. What we want to have a look at now, though, of course, is the powered up mode. So with all the armor and absolutely every single thing on it. So what we're going to need to do, we're going to fold these back wings down like so, which you can see. And let's start with this then. So we've got the shield first and foremost. Let's pop these here. Let's get the two guns. We can stick these together. Let's make sure they're the same weight. Good stuff. Now underneath here, you've got two little notches there, and we've got two notches. Where are they? There they are at the front of the guns. So let's just line these up. That fits in first. Now you can see we've got a notch there, sorry, a cutout in the side of the guns, one each side. So we're now going to get the two twin blasters, and you can see these now are going to tab with them holes at the back into this. So you've got a hole there and then the tab on the side. Let's see if I can do this again with you guys seeing this. Pop that in there, and yeah, that's just clicked in. You can see same on the other side, and let's just click that in there. Okay, and again, we're going to keep powering up this. We're going to add more and more stuff to it. So I'm just going to rest that there for 2 seconds. We're going to get these two guns, and we're going to attach them to each other. So let's work it out. I think that's going to go there like so. And then we've got this large, it's going to be a tab, even though it just looks like a bit of detail. We've got the two of them. So let's go back to this. There's the cutout which matches it. Let's turn these around, load these into that particular place. There we go. Look at that. That's ridiculous in its own right. If you didn't know already, inside here is of course the mask. If you wanted to give him for in robot mode, but we'll have a bit more of a look at that later on. So what we've got now, of course, this is popping out. That handle is going to locate. I've already folded the top wings down. There's your cutout. Let's pick this up and let's attach it to the top. And again, try and get this in camera, in shot, so you can see how good that looks. Okay, finishing touches. All three of the blast effects. Let's put them all together. Biggest and widest at the bottom, building out as we come. There's the tabs into the back of the boosters, which you saw me separate earlier just to get the backpack open. And for anybody who's lucky enough to have one of them stands where they can, you know, rest it in flying mode or whatever, how good does that look? There you go. Totally powered up, totally looking absolutely monstrous in size, but absolutely beautiful. Loving it. Absolutely brilliant. So what I'm going to do now then, for the final time, we're going to come back, have a look how he's properly in robot mode, again with the accessories on and off, with some comparisons of Seige, Jetfire, original Jetfire, and some of the other shattered glass figures. Coming back at you now. So then, back for the final time, and what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at him with all of his accessories in the robot mode, do the comparisons with G1 Seige figures, and of course some shattered glass figures. What I want to show you quickly though is I've obviously put the computer back in there. You can leave that out and it just looks nice and translucent through the back there, but this is what I really want to show you. Watch this there. See when you open and close his fingers, well, basically closing his hand, that moves up and down, and of course this is where it's going to help you and aid you in carrying his weapons. So let's put the weapons on him. And all I've done is I've just completely detached them all from that massive powered up armor that it was when he was in his alternate mode. So we're going to start off with the smaller bits. Again, if you remember, these two are joined together. I'm going to get the two small bits. Then on the back of the wings here, I'm going to fold out this tab. So this has just come from, if I spin it around again so you can see that it's usually folded in there if you want it tucked away. But if you want to power him up, what we've got here now is we've got the port on the back, and of course we're just going to clip that on like so. Now we're going to move on to the larger parts, and the larger parts were these, and again you've got a port there, but we're not going to use that. We're going to go for the holes on the bottom. There it is, there's the holes on the bottom, and if I turn this around you can see there's a, I suppose it's like a notch there on the outside, and I'm going to try and do this. It's just such a big figure, it's so hard to manipulate unless you just press him down like that. In fact, you can probably see it better this way as well, and like so. And again, you can already see that he's starting to take shape and starting to look even better. Okay, the twin blasters, these have got 5mm dowels there. We've got holes either side of each forearm, so we're going to pop them into position like so, and let's pop that there. Right, before we move on to the front part, here is the gun. Again, this does separate into two. Once it's separated into two, you can then fold this part out. There's your two guns now, and as you've seen already, that the grip that it basically is moves backwards and forwards as you can pose it a bit better, to be honest. Let's see if I can get that in. Good stuff. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this, but before we do so, remember I said there was like a mask inside, which there is. If I can disconnect this there we go. This comes out like so. You can clip this back over. You've got a little notch there, and you've got a little cutout right there, the green translucent bit on his forehead there, so we can clip this over. And to be honest, this I'll show you in a second, even though it's the shattered glass version, this now is to basically make him look a little bit more like his G1 figure, which I'm going to show you in a second. Now, I've actually managed to attach this just like that as well, but if you want to really attach it so it's not going to come off, what you've got there is two cutouts, and you can probably just make it out now in the light. Either side of this part on the top of his chest, well, the middle of his chest rather, you can fold these bits out like so, and then this will mean that it will just line up that bit better, and it really won't fall off now that it's attached to there. Let me just make sure that that's all the way in. Nope, that side's not gone in. That one's playing up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold, as I say, that bit down, and then there we go, clicked in. So there he is, totally powered up. So let's have a look at him then. Let's bring it closer for you. Again, it's so hard to get this guy in shot. I'm not going to say it anymore. I keep saying stunning. I keep saying phenomenal. I don't need to keep telling you that. So like I said, let's have a quick look. And again, to give you an idea how big this guy is. So there's original G1 Jetfire. So what I mean about the mask and all the powered up bits, very similar. Yeah, great. Both of them great figures in their own rights. I know that arm's come off, unfortunately, but I just wanted to show you the masks, which you can, of course, now see. And I suppose, again, it's a good homage with all these things at the back, with him all being powered up. In fact, I'll keep that there for 2 seconds and see if we've got enough space to pop this guy. Now, as you can see, when I'm displaying him, I don't put all the armor and stuff on, and that's because I really like the likeness of this one to the G1 cartoon. But again, that just shows you how much darker he is, and of course that's the point of it. Great little comparison there. Now then, of course, let's have a look at some of the figures that are in the same toy line, and some other shattered glass figures as well, because there's been quite a few that, you know, people might not know about, but now this is in the mainstream, people do. So we'll start off with ones that I can fit under here. There is, of course, little Goldbug. We've also got Blair. Now, as I say, we haven't got Starscream over here, not yet anyway, but there is Megatron, looking brilliant. I do have a shattered glass Starscream from 2017, which was part of being in the Transformers Collectors Club, though. And then, of course, I've also got, in fact, well, let's do this one. There is shattered glass Optimus Prime from the twin pack with this guy, Ratchet. I don't think they're all going to fit. No, they're not. I'll get them on in a minute. Or what I'll do this so you can see them behind. So there's shattered glass Ratchet, because the reason I've left space on that side is for this guy, another one that was released part of the exclusive Collectors Club, and this is shattered glass Stepper. So as you can see, I love the colour schemes on shattered glass. I'm so pleased that they've made it into the mainstream. They just look great. And of course, if we really wanted to as well, we can attach these large blasters, blast effects, all connected up to the guns. Let's see if we can raise this up without it taking too much away. Yeah, there you go. And I think, to be honest, that's where I'm going to round this up, because at the end of the day, I've used so many superlatives to describe how good he is. I'm really pleased I was able to showcase it to yourself. I'm sorry it's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, which means that it might be hard for some of you guys in other areas of the world to get hold of. But for those of you who are thinking about getting one, I definitely suggest it, purely because already on Hasbro Pulse in the UK, Yeah, Megatron's sold out, Goldbug's sold out, and I think the only one you can get is Blur already. So yeah, keep your eyes out for him, guys. Thank you very much for watching this. Let me know what you think of him. Yeah, keep your other ideas and suggestions coming forward, and of course, please take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.